So I'm down with my rockin' team on the 7th floor, and the intention today is just to do a free coaching session with a client to basically demonstrate to my team, like, this is basically the level of intensity that I would operate in, build the level of rapport, create the level of empathy, and at the end of the day, no matter what this guy wants to do or gal wants to do, it's just bring massive value. Like, I'm in the long game. I've been doing this for 30 years. It's not about making a sale today. It's about finding a client that matches our criteria and vice versa for them. And at the end of the day, making a difference. And again, whether it's today, tomorrow, 5 years from now, it doesn't make a difference to me. It's about creating a legacy. Like, that's really what every presentation's about for me. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Does this client know that it's gonna be on the phone?
They have no idea. No idea. So that'll just be the fun part. Yeah. Little surprise. Hey Lance, Tom Ferry, how are you? I'm doing outstanding. I randomly will grab from one of my consultants one of their free consultations, and you are the lucky recipient, my friend. Okay, your kids play sports, right? So if you study the parents of the most successful athletes, and you study the most successful athletes, they will all say, eventually. Now, we're not talking about the super freak. You know what I mean? You know, the super freak athlete that gets, drafted into the Major League Baseball and into football, and they probably could have played basketball if they wanted to. That's the 0.0001%. All the other ones will say the same thing. The moment you lock in on one thing and you give it your all, that level of concentration is when you become exceptional. That's when ordinary people become extraordinary. You should focus on building your real estate practice. And at the end of the day, from a sustainability standpoint, I would argue that right now, building your real estate practice will pay longer, greater dividends than recruiting, hoping and praying that the people you recruit continue to sell houses. I mean, you do know it's an 87% failure rate in our industry, right? So just think 87% of your downline at maturity churns every 2 to 3 years. I mean, listen, Lance, I care what you do, but I don't care what you do. You with me on this? Because it's your business, and I'm here sitting on 33,000 hours of coaching, giving you just a little hint at what the very best people are doing. You understand there's good people, there's great people, there's exceptional people, right, in every walk of life. And I don't know an exceptional person that didn't have a mentor, a coach, a buddy, somebody that was pushing and guiding and directing. And I would argue someone like yourself, no different from one of our personal clients, a guy named Tim Smith. Tim is Mormon, born and raised in the Mormon church. And by the time he was, into his early teens, he had 1,000 other missionaries that essentially he was overseeing and leading, right? Because he wasn't good, he wasn't great, he was exceptional. So when he got into the real estate business and was, doing okay when the market was, great in Southern California, when the market turned, he reached out to us and said, I need help. He went from selling 18 homes to 53 homes in the middle of the recession, right? 2008. Because exceptional people, when guided and pushed the right way, go back to being exceptional very quickly. Here's a number you should know. What you do currently is 17% of the GDP of this country. I would argue there is nothing more important than housing. I would also argue when you look at the data and the numbers, the people that fully commit to this business can create generational wealth and essentially do what you were doing as a youth minister, helping thousands of people, right, achieve the American dream of home ownership. But not even being anything other than just super direct, you need a coach. You are like and I'm sure you've known this your entire life. Clearly, whatever you put your mind to, you go after, right? I mean, whether it's helping the family business or going into the next family business or finally going into real estate, youth ministry, football, whatever it is, that what I can see though, and listen, it's very chronic, not just in real estate sales, but for entrepreneurs. When you got too many options, most people end up doing a whole lot of nothing, right? You got some simple fears that can be removed. You've got an existing real estate practice and relationships that you're not tapping into. I mean, it's a stereotypical 101 entrepreneurial failure plan. I do a little of this, I do a little of that. I hate doing this, I don't like doing that. I'm not comfortable here, I don't like doing this. But man, I love doing this. But the thing that you love to do, you got to do all that other shit to get there. So what if there was a way to, over the next 18 to 36 months, operationalize your business so you had a team. Now, it means in the beginning you'd make a little less money, but a team that the sole focus of your business was simply to have you going on appointments. And whether the appointment was to take a listing or make a sale, it doesn't make a difference. What you clearly like to do is present, right? And it's, look, you're not broken, brother. You don't need to be healed. You think you're the only person that's ever been afraid of making phone calls? That is one of the things that if you don't resolve, whether through being more resourceful, changing your psychology, or outsourcing it, if you don't resolve it, your business gets impacted. So I would argue you hire a coach, you set an intention of 18 months to 36 years, you get a vision board up on your wall that literally is just a photo of Lance presenting in front of people, an audience that are interested. You get a photo of you at Starbucks, right? Just meeting someone, talking about their business, and you get a photo of you at the kitchen table talking to somebody about selling their house. You with me on those three visions? And then you and your coach's job is to then operationalize under that, right? What is the plan we need? What is the marketing we need? What is the people support we need? Now, the challenge with the vision I just gave you, it's way bigger than what you told me you wanted in the next 18 to 36 months. Like, you know, everything in life that is worthwhile takes time, right? Everything, it's about the 10-year cycle, right? You know, you and I talking today, 10 years from now, you know, we're toasting, sitting down someplace in Texas or in the Bahamas, and you're like, Ferry, do you remember when you randomly took that call that day? Lance, I'm a guy that believes in fate, right? I mean, we'll do 200 appointments today. Yesterday, I walked by David Farr, one of my team leads, and said, hey, I'm free tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Why don't you put me on a call? I didn't say, give me a lay down, give me somebody super challenging, you know, give me somebody, you know, who's, you know, like yesterday, we signed up a client who's doing 125 transactions a year in Chicago. She wants to build a team. I didn't say, give me one of those. I said, just whoever you have. I'll just take one. Was it fate? Like it's like, you know, they talk about the great Phil Jackson, the difference between him coaching Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. When he got Michael Jordan, Jordan was already 27. He was already Air Jordan. All he did was do some tweaks and adjustments. Take this the right way. At your newness to the business, you're not Air Jordan. You're more like Kobe Bryant. You're still moldable. All right, so you're gonna text me. I gotta bounce and go shoot some shows. I'm gonna hand you over to David Farr. So Lance, welcome to coaching, man. And by the way, it was meant to be, dude. It was meant to be. All right, I'll talk to you in 2 hours. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, how do you think it went?
Well, I signed him up.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing, like, it's the unfair advantage of having 30,000 hours of coaching in my head. I'm not saying that there's no situation I haven't heard, but there's so many sort of classic scenarios, you know, and this guy was just, he's got big ambition, but he's chasing too many rabbits.
Okay.
Right? And anytime you're chasing too many rabbits, metaphorically, chasing too many goals, metaphorically, chasing too many initiatives, metaphorically, you don't have the focus of ever getting anything right and really building it.
Right.